offer online services as well via Teams, Zoom, whatever you need.
It's not like adverts,
and it's an ad, bro. Allow me. And welcome back to another episode of the Nature Boys podcast. I'm Nature Boy Reggie.
And I'm Nature Boy Taonga.
Coming with an episode of Nature Boys After Dark with episode number 12. You know, I thought today was gonna be the day you got it wrong because we recorded 12, but then
I'm what we call amazing.
Now you're pretty good, man.
Now every disciple can get their own episode, bro.
Pretty good.
Think about that.
Every disciple can get their own episode, and
Peter
also
could be like, "Do I look like I've been heartbroken?"
They can all claim one. And I just want to say, like, to our viewers, episode 11 had a lot of wind. I was editing it today. A lot of wind, like...
It was windy.
No, but that's because... And that's not even, like, a mic problem. In fact, it's a problem of our mics being too good, actually, with the amount of wind it caught from outside. Like, there was wind.
Lots of wind, bro.
There was wind. But it's okay.
Yeah.
Airbenders, because we maneuvered it.
YK. If you know, you know.
But how are you doing, man?
I'm doing alright, man, you know. Yeah, we keep it pushing. Yeah, dude, that size says a lot, bro. Like, you know, you've been through a lot, bro. But yeah, I'll keep it pushing.
I'm proud of you, you know that. I just wanted to say, like, yeah, you've been working hard over the past few days, and I'm like,
I'm shaking through the pressure, bro.
Like, I'm proud of you, man.
Thanks, man.
Well done.
Thanks.
And I'm also excited for this next day, 12 October, because it's day one of my 21-day blog. So I'm out. It's only gonna come out like maybe after 25 days. It's gonna be my first blog entry, and like I was kind of doing a little bit of research on how to do a blog, because you said I should like go for it, and like that meant a lot, you know. It was like you were the first person to co-sign. Like, I mean, I know I still did the poll, but literally your co-sign alone was enough for me to already like, because as soon as you said I should go for it.
You're making me blush, bro.
And I'm so dark.
I went in red. I'll just be more like black.
And like, as soon as you said go for it, I was like, in my head, I was like, I'm gonna do this. I'm still gonna ask a few other people for like a test film, but like when the idea was first conceived, it was with you, and then you're like, go for it. And like, I didn't even know like what direction I'm gonna take with this blog, but you like do it, and I could tell that it wasn't like those empty, because you know everyone gives empty encouragement.
Bro.
Where you're like, yeah, you should do it. But like with that one,
and you can feel like when someone just complimenting you just for you know, like just to say.
Like with you, it felt like when you said that, I could tell that you were like, you were also going to read it, like you were going to be thinking. So I just want to explore writing, you know, because I mean, I've been journaling for a long time. I mean, maybe not the best writer in the sense that, like, I'm not an English major or something like that. So like it won't be Shakespeare stuff, but I practice writing, something that I actually enjoy. So I'm thinking like treating a blog similar to like a journal except it's like public, except because my journals are for myself. Like I don't keep secrets, so anyone can read it if they wanted to, but it's more for myself. With the blog, I want it to be, and it won't have the same consistency as the podcast, but I'm excited.
I'm proud of you too,
I'll put
man.
pressure for like the next 21 days for me to actually do it well, and hopefully after that I'll have a routine. But if I don't have a good routine, you'll know about it in the blog, because essentially I'm gonna try out what we've been said.
And I just want to make sure you guys
days.
get this. We're not breaking up or anything, you know. This is a partnership.
Yeah.
We co-sign each other.
Yeah.
Or like the Migos before Offset, you know.
Yeah.
Offset.
Yeah. That was boss. I acknowledge you.
Yeah,
and I was ad-libbing you as well. We're moving like the Migos.
Yeah.
And also, we forgot to acknowledge that this is a Nature Boys and Friends episode, because we've got one of our favorite viewers.
Were you anonymous in the last episode?
Yeah, you were anonymous. Nah. Do you want us to say your name?
Were you?
Yeah, you can say my name, man.
We've got Bob in the house. We have Bob in the house.
Bob the George.
Bob. Nah, man. Like, now welcome, man. Welcome. Like, I like having you here, man. Even though you don't say much. Like, last time you didn't say much. I could feel your contribution. Remember, I even sent you that text, like, at night. I was like, bro, thank you for being there. Like, your energy was great. And I think that episode might not have come out.
It didn't.
It didn't come out.
It didn't, you know.
No, but he also
Nature Boy stories, you know.
He also joined another one. You've joined another one. You haven't only attended one recording.
I think I have joined another one, but I was hella quiet.
Yeah, you were extremely quiet, but because it was that one where we had 2 guests, and it was just us 2,
and one very nice guest.
Yeah. We have an extra guest, but it's like a single serving. If you know, you know. But it's like a single serving, comes and goes, finishes quickly. Just like a quick interaction. And I feel like now we've become very good at keeping our guests discreet, except for in a couple of episodes. But if you know, you know.
No, you know.
And dude, I'm feeling so good about today's session. Like, I feel like all the episodes before this were practice, and now for the first time, we have a formula.
We know what works.
Like with episode 11, we were supposed to have had a formula, but in post production, I still saw some blanks, and I didn't communicate these not blanks, blind spots. Didn't communicate these blind spots with you yet. Just remind me after the episode recording. But some of the stuff, like by virtue of this being an after dark recording, a lot of the blind spots are taken away. I'll tell you about it after the thing, because I mean we've got to gatekeep some stuff. But like I feel like for the first time, like since we've started, I know what we need to do. But like not entirely, but I know what we need to do that we can do right now, like active steps. So it's a good feeling, you know. If like being in a place where you don't yet know, but you know. And also, have you noticed that even though After Dark was meant to be at the time where we wild out and it's not for deep chats, most of our serious episodes have happened after dark. So I think it's fine because really After Dark is to invite a different kind of conversation. But
yeah, yo, dude, what do you think about this Jeffrey Dahmer guy, bruh?
Nah, like I've always heard about him and like the serial killer thing. So I first heard about him, must have been in grade 12. I heard this guy, what's his name? DC the Don dropped an album, an EP, and I'm like, dude, I'm actually so big on SoundCloud music. But like it's also on Apple Music, but I was listening on SoundCloud. There's a song called Dahmer, and in the hook is like something like Saucer nigga Jeffrey Dahmer or something like that.
Yeah.
And he's like 2 clocks dumb and dumber or something like that. He had some lines. It was like a catchy hook, you know, like trap sound, trap-ish, but like still has bars, but nothing too crazy. I was like, this song is catchy, like let me read the lyrics.
So did you like genius it or like
I geniused it. And then I googled Jeffrey Dahmer and I was like, okay, so this is who it was. Then also ended up finding out about a few other serial killers like the Ted Bundy tapes and all that type of stuff. I haven't watched it, but I know of these shows. But now I saw that they made this new Netflix one, and the video I saw on YouTube as an ad was like a dope preview. But in terms of Dahmer himself, I don't really know. I don't really know what he did.
Like
I've heard stories, but I don't actually know what he did because I haven't watched any of the shows.
These are like serious crimes, bro.
Yeah, these are crimes.
Like bro, like first degree. Like, bro. Like, and the scary thing is like these people were so okay with doing this stuff. Like,
yeah, like
the conscience didn't exist.
He decided to
do it continuously,
and he did it well too. Because I learned that serial killers, there are some of them, like a good amount of them, who actually weren't caught, but they rather gave themselves in. Because I watched this show, Mindhunter.
So do you think they reached a limit? They're like, okay, this is too much.
Mindhunters, you've watched it. It's got 2 seasons, and this guy was basically interviewing serial killers and stuff just to find the patterns. Dude, there were some mad killers out there, and then Mindhunter, they were like catching it. And part of it is based on a true story, so they're good references. And I got to learn a lot about serial killers from watching that show. I recommend it. You should watch it. You should definitely check it out. But like, it doesn't show the scenes though, but there were some nasty killers, like some of the stuff that they would do.
But
some of them even had logos that they would leave behind.
Yeah. This whole thing like begs the question, like, what leads them to do what they do? You know, like, what drives them, bro? Like, cause it's insane.
It's actually insane. Some of them have motives, and other of them it seems like they're just out of touch with certain things. So like they like psychopaths. And there's a movie that I watched recently with my brother. It's called Seven. It's like an old movie, 1995. a serial killer there who killed based on the 7 deadly sins, and then slight spoiler, because the 7 deadly sins is like lust, greed, gluttony, and all that type of stuff. The last 2 sins were envy and wrath, and he was the envy, so he tried to get with the detective's wife because he envied that detective's life, and then he had turned himself in and took this detective like out to some field, and then he was like, he confessed his envy. He was like, I'm envy. So all those other 5 sins were killed, and then he told the detective what he did to his wife. He had killed the detective's wife just to get the anger in the detective, so that the detective can be wrath. So he would kill himself by getting the detective so angry that he would kill him. Now, as a detective, if you kill a suspect, you're getting arrested because that's a crime. It's illegal. So like, basically, this serial killer dealt with all 7 of those. He killed 5 of them, got himself killed by someone else, and in turn does this. And dude, it's a great movie. You should check it out. But I think some serial killers have like a motive, and others are just insane, bro. Insane. Yeah. That was a long sidebar about a movie. I hope I explained it well. I would hate to be that guy who gives bad explanations, but he thinks he's lit,
Yo, dude, like, you think you're dope, but you're, like, dude, nah.
You don't watch movies often, nah?
I wouldn't say I'm a movie guy, bro.
Yeah, I'm a movie guy.
I get put on. Sometimes I watch, but like, these days, bro, I've been busy, like you said at the beginning, bro. So
you've been busy.
Yeah, man.
I'm a movie guy. There's actually a term for movie guys.
Oh,
it's called a cinephile.
What?
A cinephile.
It's like cinephiles. And what would you be doing, bro? Like,
it's CINEPHI, like. Huh? PHILE, like file.
Oh,
cinephiles. Like cinephile, yeah.
Like you follow.
Yeah, like I mean, there are other words that end with the file, but I don't want to say those words that end with the file, but yeah. But it's like what you like, It's like what you like.
Investigation, yeah.
Yeah, it's like what you like. So yeah. I'm a cinephile. It's not a bad word, I think filmmonger is the more informal one. But yeah, let me just double check. I could be tuning you guys' lies, eh? Cinephile, a person who is fond of the cinema. Yeah, cinephilia. Cinema.
That sounds better.
What's cinephilia?
No.
Sounds like a disease, man.
It does. It sounds a bit safer than the file, yeah. Dude, like that could be the title, safer than the file. But yeah, movies. I recently watched a movie, Ken 300. Great movie. Because Kanye West and Black Skin had always spoken about 300, but I haven't actually watched it until recently. I watched Meet the Spartans, which was like a parody of 300, but 300.
See, like, I'm that guy when the conversation about movies comes up. I'm like, yo.
Damn. I'm like, I need to put you on, like, dude. Literally, if we weren't students, like, would watch movies for weeks straight, because there's so much stuff that I actually want to put you on.
University without the university is so nice, bro.
So because it's like a choose. I wish I met you in a different time of my life.
Man, like it's like an ultimate choose spot, but like everything is provided.
Yeah, I feel like these are the most social opportunities we'll get in our life.
Yeah, bro. But like, and the people that we meet here, like, will keep forever, bro.
Well, we hope. Maybe I already,
yeah, like we hope.
In fact, I already know who the single servings are. Now, some people who I know that they're not. Couple of years they're falling off, months even. There are a lot of people who I know on my contact list. If I don't care, like, why must I feel guilty saying that? I know they're gone. Like, I know my long run people. And I'm happy with my options.
How do you base whether someone's a long run? Like, is it like you've seen them in all their range of emotions, like even when they're upset, like, you know how, or you just know, like,
Not even that deep, actually. Like, you just know who you're compatible with for the long run and who you aren't. Because there's some people who I don't talk to often, but I know they're gonna be long term as well.
Because of the distance, or
No, like, you just know. It's like the vibe someone radiates. And there isn't really any science to explain this, but everyone, to a certain extent, can read vibes. Like, you can feel it. Like, that's why you have a certain affinity to some people, and then, like, some people you don't want to think. Like, yeah, if they listen, it's fine. Like some of your friends, I've interacted with them and been like, not for me. But, like, how I've experienced them, and I've told you this, I'm like,
could
not
be
for me.
completely different from
And, like, how I've experienced them is obviously different to how you've experienced them. It's not really a knock on them. It's just like what I've got and what you've got. It's not connecting. It's like using a Mac charger on an Asus. Something like it's not. Like it's not the same cloth, you know. But the weird thing is, let's say A, B, and C. A and C can be compatible. A and B can be compatible, but C and B can not clash. That's the interesting thing about how we as people interact with one another.
Like vibes.
The vibes speak for themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, but imagine seeing people's auras, bro. Like you walk here, you can see like, or having like 30-second trailers of like people.
That'd be dope. Or like if
bro,
you could
like,
see someone's stats,
yeah.
social skills, or like almost like in like FIFA and all that.
But do you think that would be? But don't you think that would be like boring though? Like,
No, not really. It would make things interesting because people would then intentionally try and get their ratings up.
that would be fake.
No, not really.
Yo,
not
yeah,
really though.
But that would be such an
No, but like
interesting movie.
fake.
Bro.
Oh yeah, don't worry about it. Fakeness would then be. I think fakeness, if that thing is a true indication of who you are, fakeness would bring your stats down. Because like your honesty meter will go down, bringing your overall down. Because when you fake, you then dishonest. Maybe we could see like your stats, like someone has an honesty rating. Jokes.
Like stop the cap.
So like meaning, if you want to boost your jokes, you would actually have to become funnier. How do you become funnier? We don't know. But
comedians do it, man. It's work. You have to be not funny to get funny.
that's true. And you just need to have a high shooting ratio. You need to like test your material to know what works and what doesn't work. Because if comedians never practice jokes, they wouldn't actually be as funny as they are.
Yeah, it's like especially like stand-up comedians, like they have to, you know,
Test their material.
yeah, like they have to be.
Yeah, so you
sure
can
that
be
the
funny.
joke lands, you know.
It'd be so dope if you could see people's stats, like overall rating. Like,
But it's scary, bro.
it'd be scary because you become self-conscious
Yeah,
about your.
I like even people like who you like respect, you know. You see it, this is what you did, swipe left.
And
You know,
those
like,
stats won't be specific, but it'll be like if someone's like a liar, their honesty thing is like low. You already no virtues.
but to a certain extent, we do that like with prejudice, bruh. Like we'll be like, we'll give someone a start or like,
Yeah, judge someone by the averages of the people. Judging someone by the averages of the similar people.
I think we do have
That's
stats,
like
bro. All of us have stats.
Unwritten.
But then, yeah.
and
But then
unsaid.
you can't be sure that this is the stat. Like,
But if you could see it, you'd have certainty. You know?
yes. Ish. Certainty, bro. It'd be like,
You know, shout out to Junior. He had something like that. He used to have a book of the people he knew. And you had stats and like your overall. My overall, not to flex, but the lowest my overall had been is 93.
out of what?
Out of 100, like 93. That's my worst.
Sure.
That's my worst performing year. And I've been homie of the year, I think 3 times. But I'm under correction, might be 2 times. He used to do like homie of the year. I'm just saying I'm a 2-time, close to 3-time winner. And the thing is like,
bro.
this guy, I'm saying this so clearly because he might end up being a big deal. Like he's got so much potential.
Yeah.
I claimed him early. Just saying. Homie of the year, 3-time winner. I think I might even have been a 4-time winner, but I'll just have to message him to find out. But yeah, he had like thing. So in a sense, what I'm trying to say is you can actually keep track of people's stats based on how you perceive them. It'll be a lot of work though. Maybe like if someone does you dirty, you go update this day, like you dropping, your overall is going down. But that would be so dope to have like on standby. Like if somehow this could be automated, like you don't actually have to go to like an Excel spreadsheet and update these. That'd be so dope. Like in juniors one, he even had a column for form. So you know in football how your form is like an arrow, like even thing. There was one time where because I sat next to him in English, in grade 11. One time I saw his book, and I saw my form was down. I was like, damn, man. My overall was still high, but it was like,
like you're doing me dirty, man.
That means I was doing him dirty. You know?
What can I do to earn your trust? Please.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, man.
Forgive me.
Trust me, I can do better.
Gets better than this.
So what did you do to
Can't remember. It was so long ago. But like, I think this year there was a point where my form was bad as well, man. Because we don't sit together in class anymore, and like I'm not so great on my phone. Like, but anyways, they don't need to know. But there was I'm getting better. But yeah, WhatsApp is actually a lot. It's a lot. Like, there's nothing normal about what WhatsApp is right now. Think of WhatsApp when you were a kid and WhatsApp now. When you were a kid, 10 messages was like crazy. Dude, right now I've got close to like 100 unread chats, like because of school groups, many people, like it's just like a lot. It's more chaotic now.
Those school groups, dude, like like bro, when I enter them, I just feel stressed. Like this.
Like WhatsApp is just so crowded, which is why like the other platforms where I chat to people, like my Snapchat, I talk to about 6 people, and like even Snapchat lately it's been feeling like a lot of stuff. But like there's so many other platforms that I prefer using to WhatsApp because of how crowded WhatsApp is. It's like mainstream noise. It's like traffic on WhatsApp, you know.
Traffic, bro.
So like when I open WhatsApp, it's mostly to reply to specific chats, like people who I like, you know.
Yeah.
Like you in the regular rotation on WhatsApp, like Akram. Well, we can't most times when I speak to him in person. Like we spend lots of time
on his phone,
spend a lot of time with Ken. I remember when I started getting close to Ken, I used to get so annoyed. I was like, bro, I called you, like phone call. Once you realize that this guy doesn't move with his phone. So one time I called him, like I needed him. I called Ken, and then his phone was ringing next to me. I was like, man. But then I got used to like how Ken operates. So it's like,
but I feel like that's the way I'm becoming. Like even though like with my whole phone being broken or whatever, but like dude, when people need me, I'm like, I'm sorry, man. Like I tried, you know, like.
And I noticed in the flat nowadays we leave our phones often, you know.
Yeah, bro,
just
but,
like,
you know, like living a life without your phone feels so like stress free.
It's
like,
liberating.
It's liberating, but like phones really take lots of our time, man.
You should try a dopamine detox. You know what that is?
Like those things where you try to make your happy thing go up again, like, you know?
Sort of. It's like resetting. So in 2020 I used to do this often where I for a whole day, 24 hours, don't use my phone, my tablet, anything, laptop, nothing. And I think if you want to do like a hardcore detox, you then not even read. Just like get yourself extremely bored. Like don't do anything. 24 hours. The next day, the most simple of things start to excite you again. You know, because you get that dopamine release, like, wow, this is exciting. And dude, it was like one of the most refreshing things that I've experienced, because like talking to my brother was like, bro, you are actually so interesting, because you literally crowded with so much stuff that excites the mind on a day-to-day basis. And every now and again, you sort of need to like, then
like come out of your usual space.
Because a lot of the stuff that like it's like usual, it's like part of our day-to-day thing, about 50 years ago would have been like epic. Your phone is like touch screen
Yeah,
and it does
but
these dope stuff. It'll
coming
be
back to that like boredom thing, bro. Like it's so true. Cause like, you know, when you reach that point of the holiday where like you're like, okay, I want to go home. Like, you know, like maybe you've done everything you wanted to do. Like, then you're bored for maybe like a few days, and when you go back to uni, like simple things start to excite you.
Like, every now and again, you need to reset.
Yeah, holidays are important, bro.
Time off.
Reset, bro. Like we're robots, bro.
Basically, like last year I was doing a thinking skills course, and then the guy was telling us about the importance of actually taking breaks. It's like if you don't take breaks, your body forces a break on you. It's like stuff like nervous breakdowns and stuff like that typically happens when you overwork and your body's like it's like shutting
it
down.
It does feel
almost.
like a reset when you have like a breakdown or like you like
that's the body like forcing you into a break because and the way the body forces you into a break is it like there are levels to it. First it's like passing out, like when you let you work so much that you're so tired that you just that's one way of like forcing that break, like take time off.
You did what designed so well, bruh.
The body takes care of itself. Then a more like intense type of break would be like a nervous breakdown, mental breakdowns. Then the most intense type of break that your body will take is death. You can literally work yourself into death. So, it was so morbid. And like when that guy taught us about that stuff, like the importance of breaks, I really started prioritizing like taking breaks.
Yeah. Like break time, bro. It used to excite me so much in primary, man.
Looking at the clock, man.
Yo, bro.
And like,
and then you're hungry. Start licking your lips, man. Yo.
And what grade were you where you started knowing the times?
Yo, that was exciting.
Because there were times where, like, I think up until grade 4, I was trying to just freestyling, you know?
Yeah.
It's not that I was too dumb to see the patterns, but like, I went outside when she told me, okay, it's break time.
Yeah, I was like,
but then there's a point where I started like knowing like the times. There are times for this.
And that's when we started getting impatient. Like that's when we were like, yeah.
Because when we were at the teacher's mercy, we weren't impatient,
yeah,
you know,
bro.
like it
it's
comes,
like
if it comes.
Knowledge sometimes becomes like a punishment. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's like it's a burden.
Yeah.
There are times where you just have to
But break time, bruh.
You just run outside to go play.
Like, I you know there's that point with like what the teacher is saying. It's just not entering, bro.
It's not important.
Like it's not important.
Just wanna go play.
Like
second
break.
break.
Like say,
and
please.
I don't know if it was the same at boys' school, but at my school we had first break and second break.
Yeah.
Second break was a little bit shorter than first break. But it was
for us it was the other way around. Like first break was the short one. And then the second break
was the long. Yeah,
it was like the first break was like appetizer, man. The second break was like main meal, bruh. Like warm up. The other one was like a warm up.
For us it was like first break was the meal and second break was the dessert. And then it was just like just get some good play there, like single serving, something quick, something nice. And then after school was weird because we actually had more time, but most people went home.
Yeah, like you even felt like a bit like bad because you wanted to go back. Like
after school was like a weird time, like because I stayed at school late after school.
But school really put us into some routine, bruh. Like
yeah, that's facts, man.
Like where your body even starts waking up at that time.
I'm so glad I'm not in school anymore, man. Because the times I've woken up on a school day, those times are glorious, man. There are days where you can just say, "Nah, I choose me," and then you just don't go. And no one's gonna call your parents.
Yeah, like no one's going to say. Yeah, and people who say like you went in class today, they don't really care. They're just like informing you of your actions. Like
they're making chat.
Yeah, they're just making chat. Like I didn't see you in class today. Like okay,
yeah, I know you don't care.
Now what?
Yeah, now what?
And even your lecturers, like they're like,
but I don't. Well, like, one of my lecturers checks, but a lot of these other guys, they don't check, man. Don't even know us.
Those guys, I swear, dude.
It's better for them if they don't
It's better for their peace.
They could just stand, even in a room full of no people, and I think like those two get paid, bro. Because the job is not for you to come. Like, that's your job.
That's why it's so weird when you see a lecturer who cares too much,
Yeah,
in first year, my maths lecturer used to check out books, but why?
Yo,
that was so whack, bro.
Like, my book does not make sense, bro. I don't think anyone can read my books, bro.
Like, he wanted to check that we're actually up to date. I'm so glad there was COVID, bro. Because on silent, you sent us email saying that if you weren't, it's like if you weren't up to date, there will be consequences, and he'll give us incomplete.
Yo, and I really those modules that try to keep you like up to date, bro. Like they try their best. Like they'll put tutorials. They'll say you have to finish this quiz by this time.
All those weekly quizzes.
Bro.
I've been screwed over by weekly
those
quizzes,
are like,
but I won't get into that.
Those are like a sword in my flesh, bro.
Yeah, just like here on my side. Ugh. But hey, they're dope in the sense that you've got many opportunities to recover. Like, there's a ton every week. There've been times where I've gotten shameful marks, and there've been times where I've gotten marks that I can show my mom,
Yeah. My parents feel so proud, man. When you just like...
My parents don't know any of my marks.
For real?
They only know the end results. So in fact, they barely know the end results. Whereas in high school, I had to show my parents my report. My parents, they check at the interview. Yeah, because they will get it.
Bro. Open day, yo, bro. There was some times when I was excited for my parents to come, because I was like, yeah, come and see. I've been doing well. Come and see. I told you. Come. The other times when I'm like, yo, we were really going. Like,
yeah.
And that's the time when your parents feel excited. It's like, I don't know, they don't feel excited, but you can feel that this is the one they want to go for. Like, they want to correct you. This matters. The ones, and they'll even try to underplay you when you've done well. They'll be like, now when you've done bad.
Yeah, you won't hear the end of it. Bro, sidebar, I'm so hungry, man. Like, and I'm looking around, and what I'm craving is not here. Right now I'm seeing, like,
eggs.
Because we didn't pack the groceries, like for our viewers, we're not recording in a kitchen. We in a studio. We just brought the groceries with us because it was too much effort, I'm seeing noodles. I'm seeing rice. I'm seeing like adult groceries.
Like things that require effort.
They're usually more snacks than this.
Yeah, like bro. I feel like this is a warm up. This is a warm up for like growing up, like
I felt too responsible, man.
Yo, dude.
And I think that's why I haven't unpacked this stuff. Like I'm still letting it sink in.
Like we're going to be cooking.
But do you have an apron ready? Yeah. You gonna cook with an apron? I once saw Chuck wearing an apron while he was making food. So Chuck. He doesn't wear it anymore.
When he makes food, he wears it when he's doing something else.
Wearing an apron,
Yeah, the first time I saw him wear that
aprons
apron,
are only for women,
he had like a guest, and I walked in and I saw him wearing an apron while he was cooking. I was impressed actually. I was like,
yeah, it's like a professional thing. But there was a time when I was a kid when I thought it was just for women.
And Chuck that day, I realized I was like, Chuck has never worn an apron when making me something to eat, so he must really respect this guest. He bought an apron, bro. Like,
dude, that apron means a lot.
It means a lot, And I don't think you're right. He doesn't use it to cook anymore.
No,
it was literally like a one-time thing.
Like using it to cook. This is the first time I've heard of that.
Yeah, I saw him. I was so shocked, man. I was impressed actually.
Yeah, but Chuck gives off professional vibes, so I
Yeah. Shout out to Chuck.
Chuck is a pro, bro.
Chuck is a pro.
He's like an adult.
Yeah,
he's an adult, man. In fact, Chuck inspires me, man.
Yeah,
and
he's a grown up.
Yeah, shout out to Chuck, man. And Chuck really helped us a lot with the podcast getting started, man. Dude, so can we take this moment to appreciate Chuck,
Like, is it a moment of silence? Or
no. It's a moment of praise, man. It's a moment of praise. Chuck, woo! Yes, Chuck. Yes, Chuck. Yes,
Chale!
Charlie. He's the real Charlie, man. Charlie. Jack.
Good luck, Charlie.
And shout out to SU Clean Sneakers. That's a dope business, bro.
Dope business, bro.
Yeah.
Like
SU
Chuck
Clean
is an
Sneakers.
adult.
Yeah, and he's got employees, yeah. You know, I had employees in first semester. Yeah, I had about 3 employees. Because I know I still run the tutoring business. Well, right now I'm kind of the only guy, but yeah. I was paying them. I paid good money. I won't mention amounts because then people are going to want to work for me, but... but like, it was good money, but it was also like, you are doing the labor, so why must I get most of the profits?
Yeah.
So like I got like a cut of what they were making, but for the most part, I was just... the percentage... Because they basically got 90% of their cut. It's a cool 10% for myself, huh?
Did they know?
No, they knew. I communicated
It
it all
would be
well.
one of those
I had
things-
one employee who I've never seen in real life. Don't even know what he looks like. But he was so honest, you know. He sent me all that was due to me. He did the job well and thoroughly. He communicated with me well.
I love guys like that. Well, like
He was
their
so
culture
good. He was
keeps
so
them
clinical.
honest, bro. Like
You do your job.
you do your job. Like, you know, for me, I feel bad, bro, when like I have to give someone like back something and I don't do it. I'm like, oh, I had to give this guy something, and I'll try.
Yeah.
Give it back to them, like,
That's the
properly.
vibe I got from him. Like, because it's not like he was perfect. There's some times where there were some difficulties, and I was like, you know what, okay, this doesn't hurt the brand which is doing. But then with the second semester, I think I also got really busy. I didn't get to grow the tutoring. But I'm a work in December again because I worked on that model in the previous December, like with the signage and everything. I have an Instagram account. Do you know that?
For
For the marketing, bro.
For real.
Yeah. No, it's a brand. It's a brand. Only thing is that I didn't register it. But let me check. I can show you like real quick. And I got some clientele. Like people found the thing, and yeah, man.
Yeah.
We can expand. Like if you want. But that's
Excuse
me.
me.
If you've ever seen this on IG, this was me, man. So I made all these posters by myself.
Oh shit, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's me. I own this.
I didn't know.
I own it. Man.
It doesn't apply to me.
It looks clean, huh? Looks
Yeah.
clean. Yeah. I made it myself, man.
And the coffee thing.
Yeah.
That was smart.
There's actually another one that I didn't post, but I made all of these. I literally.
It's made easy.
That's the name of my brand.
There was a brand in Zambia which was called Exams. Huh? Is it Exams Made Simple? Something like that.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy used to make money, bro.
They used to make money.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah,
anyway, let me do a self plug.
Yeah?
Z-Notes guys.
Yo, Z-Notes, huh?
Z-Notes guys make money.
You know, guys for A-levels, bro.
A-levels, IGs.
Let me plug myself. If you guys are struggling with computer science, in the Java programming language, I can teach other languages too. Or you just want a introduction, maybe make your own game in your free time. Head over to Instagram and message CS Made Easy _SU. We offer online services as well via Teams, Zoom, whatever you need.
It's not like adverts.
And it's an ad, bro. Allow me.
This
Allow
ad is
me.
too, man.
But yeah, let's get everyone writing code. Yeah. Even you, I can tutor you. I can make you hard. Whoa. Pause. But I can make you dope. I can make you dope. Yeah. I can make you dope. I promise. I promise. No. Like I can.
You can make me hard.
With enough sessions with me, pause. You'll be able to like make your own games and stuff. Like, did I tell you about that?
Make your own games.
But did I show you my encryptor? I've got I wrote something that encrypt. There's encryption and decryption.
Oh yeah, you told me about that.
I'll show you offset. But yeah, man. Like I was working on my free time. But yeah.
That's a dangerous thing.
What
We'll
encryption?
talk about it later.
Yeah. Because I want to start encrypting some of our stuff, you know. But yeah, they don't need to know. Like actually, this is more this is getting a bit private, you know. And I think that's the problem with us actually being friends. Because some podcasts, the guys aren't actually friends. Problem with us being friends is we end up letting out a lot in the podcast. Like a lot more than what we would had we been interacting with other people. Which means people really want to get to know us. They should just listen to the podcast.
Yeah.
Because if I know for a fact if a stranger talks to me, I'm not telling them much. I'm quite closed off like that.
We're not talking like this.
But if you just go on YouTube, Nature Boy's podcast, you get to know a lot about Nature Boy Reggie.
Nature Boy Taonga, man.
You just air out our business.
Yo,
This is glorified venting.
Bro. Yeah. Did you feel like sometimes you feel like the podcast an outlet?
Nah, not really. I feel like I'm too closed off to have outlets.
Outlets, bro.
That's what outlets are.
Yeah.
No, like to have an outlet that's so public.
Okay.
Yeah, like our outlet in
That's
journaling, because no one reads my journal. Rolling dice. Actually, never mind. I might need to edit that out. Remind me to edit rolling. Yeah. Remind me to edit out.
Outlets, like, but dude,
I'll censor it. They'll know that I said something. I might need to edit it. It's fine. It's fine.
yeah, but like, I remember, have you ever heard those stories where like these guys had like anger issues or something, and then they would like use sports as like an outlet for their anger, and then they'll be dope at it, like dude, outlet, man.
I'm just making this note so I don't forget.
Edit out.
Yeah, just to modify some. But they don't need to know because I'm actually going to modify that part.
Exactly.
But yeah, man. Hey, do you have outlets? You're going to say football, no?
Oh,
Because I was about to say that's a lame answer. Like,
no.
like if that's really your outlet, fine.
No.
It's just a bit lame, you know. It's like an
no.
expected response. Like I mean,
'Cause
like do you have any
even,
unexpected?
Yeah,
outlet?
I don't even play football often. Like,
I
you know what
play football often now. I'm a footballer.
But like, I don't mean that quite stuff. Like I mean football. Like, so
Was that not football? Are you discrediting my game?
No.
See, this is the second time you never want to see me win. Earlier in the episode, we spoke about how we'll never
No, bro.
niggas don't want to see other niggas doing well.
How about football, bro?
See how you
That's a kickabout.
see.
This is a kickabout.
You guys are discrediting me.
Yeah.
It's because I do well at the kickabout. It's because you guys hate that I dominate there. You wanna say I would? It's because you guys play on fields and I don't. You guys think you're hard, yeah?
Yeah, I'm hard. Yeah, but like, listen, dude, like, I don't think that can be an outlet. I think my outlet sometimes is the podcast, bro. Like, you know, I just want you to a lame answer. Like,
No, it's a respectful answer because it's our brand, you know. We can never say it's lame.
Sometimes I feel like it's an outlet.
Nah, I get that. You should vent to us more, man. The boys have you.
Podcast of venting, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, vent. It's okay, man. It's okay.
I feel like that didn't give up the right time.
No, that's gonna be a very weird sound. It's good thing I did.
Really?
No, dude, bro, did you? At the end of episode 11 has my brother's new song, the one that he dropped on his birthday. Happy birthday to our number one commenter, Baby dropped it. And also he's holding us down with these outro songs because none of our listeners are sending us their songs, you know. In time they will. In time they'll be fighting for that ad space, the free promo. That's a clear date. But yeah, man, it was the outro of the previous thing. It was a pretty good song. Yeah. And remember how we said we would start preparing the songs that we do at the end. But it's fine. I didn't prepare one. We'll just freestyle, man.
Do you have outlets?
Why are you asking me deep questions?
You asked me, bro, and I answered.
No, bro. I don't actually have outlets. Lately, I've been bottling up. It's a problem. Well, with the blog, like I'm turning over a new leaf.
So
I'll
that's
find
your outlet.
What?
The blog.
No. I feel like what the blog will be a refined journal, which I don't mind the public seeing. 'Cause there's some stuff I write in my journal that I don't mind you guys seeing, in the sense that I can tell you, but it could taint the image. I want to seem as perfect as can be. So the blog will be refined me. Like the guy who can't do any wrong, and even if I do, it looks glamorous. That's gotta be because I'm gonna do some textual editing, make the words look nice. So I can't really call that an outlet because it's too edited. Outlets are supposed to be raw in a sense. I think in the past my outlet would have then been my journaling, but because I'm not as consistent, I can't fully say it's an outlet. But it's a nice reset button. So yeah, let's say the journaling is my outlet.
And B.O.B., do you have an outlet?
Maybe the gym as well.
I'm good with my hands, so it's guitar and
Yay. I don't know, man. I can't find it, but what?
So guitar?
So yeah, it's basically
Oh, I'm so glad you said guitar because hey.
yeah, it's guitar and drawing. So
Oh yeah, sometimes I forget that you can play guitar, bro. I don't know, it doesn't strike me as like, a guitar player.
Dude, we should collaborate to make an animated movie if you draw. 'Cause I draw as well. I used to make cartoons.
you've seen my laptop.
I've seen the back of your laptop.
Yeah.
That's dope. No, we'll chat. We'll be in touch.
I can only draw on like paper. Like, if it's going
No, we can get a paper feel for a drawing tablet. My drawing tablet had a paper feel, except the pen tip was a bit slick. But yeah, there are provisions. Should make cartoons. I've got 2 drawing tablets around. We'll collaborate. I've always wanted to make a cartoon. Like I started working on a script some time ago, but to be discussed.
I did, man. But it was more of what was actually going on
In your life.
It's funny.
Yeah, dude, and this is how big like corporations start as well. Just people dreaming. Let's make cartoons, bruh. Let's talk, bruh.
But do you know who else wants to make cartoons?
These nuts.
Nah, I just had to disrupt that flow because today's episode wasn't deep, but it was definitely a little bit more serious, and I like that.
Yeah.
I like that we can have a little bit of no jokes, But it's like jokes, but it's not jokes. It's like
we're not clowns.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well-rounded.
What's it?
Well. Yeah, bro.
Oh man.
But dude, I think this is a good place to park it because dude, I can't be turning over a new leaf and sleeping at 3 a.m. So now it's 1:37 and I want to say I've been Nature Boy Reggie.
I've been Nature Boy Taonga. Thank you very much.
Yeah. We have these options to introduce ourselves and then round of applause. But yeah, thanks for tuning in to episode 12 of the Nature Boys podcast. After dark. Yeah.
Let's go.
Stream the song that's gonna play after. No, we said we're gonna plan beforehand, and I'm thinking of putting "Show Your Love" by Notorious JRV. That's a good song, man. I'm actually gonna play it for you now. But yeah, after this, be sure to stream "Show Your Love" by the Notorious JRV featuring Rice the Kid. Used to be Rice God, but he changed the name. Whatever, corporate, thing. But they're both my friends. JRV, Rice. We used to eat knickknacks together in Matt's every day.
Use what?
Eat knickknacks. Well, why'd you get shocked like that, huh?
Oh, I didn't hear what you said.
Because you look shocked. I was about to say something, but I'll say that when we're not recording.
Eat knickknacks. I was like, eat what?
But yeah, be sure to stream the song.
Show your love, I really
really don't know why you hide your love. I really wanna put you high above. Baby girl, it's just you and me. Yeah, for sure, for sure. 120 in the 80, let's go. What is on your mind, let me know. How you stay so packed